Okay, so on this one, they're giving us a function f of x. Let me write it like you'll see it on your paper. X squared plus 5x plus 4. You'll have a different random function, x squared plus 5x plus 4. And my other one, oh, it's just x plus 4. Okay. X plus 4. So what are they wanting us to do on this question? They're wanting us to go f plus g of -2. So what does that mean? So notice this is not the little circle in the middle. This is not composition of functions. This is just adding, and then this will be subtracting, multiplying, dividing. So this is just adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing between two functions. No big deal. This is not what we did on the other questions where we did composition. This is not the circle thing where you plug one function into the other. That's not what we're doing here. We're just, what are we doing then? We're just taking the -2, plugging it into both functions, and then what? Adding the answers together. So that means find f of -2 first off. So plug -2 into f, which means those two slots, right? Let me write it like this to be more clear. See what I did there? I just plugged -2 in there, into f, right? F of -2 here and here, just plugged it into the x slots, both x slots, for the function f of x. So that'll be 4 minus 10 plus 4. I just worked it in. -2 squared is +4, right? Oh, by the way, notice whenever I plug into a function, I put parentheses around what I'm plugging in. So you have to put parentheses around what you're plugging into a function. Why is that a big deal? Well, because that way the whole -2 is squared when I plug it in with parentheses. All right, and so then what do we get? This is going to be 4 and 4 is 8, minus 10 is -2. All right, so now let's do g of -2. What do we do? We're plugging it in right here into the function. And that just comes out +2. So I plugged it into the x slot in the function g of x. So notice what I'm doing right now. I'm plugging -2 into g and into f. I got the answer -2 and +2. And then what are you supposed to do? Add those together. So I take, so the answer is going to be -2 and +2 added together. Right? That plus sign right there. Add together. And so what is that answer? That's just 0, isn't it? The first one just comes out 0. -2 and +2 just makes 0. We good there so far? So again, what did I do? I plugged in -2 into both functions, got my two answers, and then added them because that's what they said in the middle. All right, let me jump down where we have a little more room and do the, well, maybe I got room right here to do the minus here. I'll do the minus right here. So let's do the minus. So I'm going to plug that -5 into F and into G. And then when I get the two answers, I'm going to subtract them. So let's find out what is F of -5. I'm going to plug -5 into the F function here and here. That'll be, and you use parentheses whenever you plug into a function. Put parentheses around what you're plugging in. So I just plugged in -5. What do I get? That's 25 minus 25 plus 4, which is 4. So I got the answer 4. Well, for the first part, I got 4. And now for the second part, I got to do g of minus 5 because the minus 5 has also got to go into g. So what's g of minus 5? Well, you plug in right there. That one's a little simpler to plug into. It's just minus 5 plus 4, which is just minus 1. So I've got those two answers. Now, what am I supposed to do with those two answers? Subtract them, right? Because there's minus here. So I take the first answer I got, which is 4, the second answer, minus 1, and I put a minus sign between them, this minus sign right there, right? So first answer minus second answer. That double negative, you know what that means. 4 plus 1, 5. So 5 is the answer to the second part because the double negative actually makes us add. Is everybody seeing that okay? Is that making good sense? Right? So we got our first answer, 4. Our second answer, -1. 4 and -1. 4 and -1. And we subtracted them because this said subtract. Last time, we added our two answers because that was an adding problem. Okay, and subtracting a negative, as you know, means adding, so that's 5. All right, 2 more to go. Let's bring it down. So let's come on down. I'll just bring it down here, get a little more room. So I'm going to do f times g. This time it's multiply of 3. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take that 3 and plug it into f and g. So here we go. So what is like this? So let's find f of 3 first up. So let's plug 3 into f. What do we get when we plug 3 into f? Remember, you plug in with parentheses whenever you plug into a function. That's what? 9, 15, and 4. What's that? 13, 28. And 28 is what we get when we plug 3 in there. 9, 15, what's that? 24. Yeah, 28. Okay. And now for the second part, oops, it's kind of scribbly. I'm going to plug the 3 into the g. So we plugged into the f, and now we're plugging into the g. So the g is a little simpler. It's just x plus 4. So it's just going to be 3 plus 4. It's just 7. And now what am I supposed to do to find the overall answer? What's the answer? Well, you're supposed to multiply these, multiply these two. So I take 28 times 7, right? Just multiply right here. 28 times, I'm going to use my calculator. It's kind of a big number here. 28 times 7, I'm getting 196. So there's the answer, 196 to the third part. And now let's go for the fourth part where we're going to divide them. So put in fact, let me put a line of division here. And so we are going to go f divided by g of -3. Okay, so you know it by now. We're going to put -3 into f. So that means parenthesis -3 squared plus 5 times -3 plus 1, because that is the original function f, right? Yeah. Yeah, got it. Okay, and so that equals what? 9 minus 15 plus 4. I think that's -2. And then let's find g of -3. And so the g function is way back here, it's just x plus 4. So that's just going to be -3 plus 4. That just comes out +1. And then what do we do to find the overall answer? We take the first answer, -2. The second answer, +1. And what are we going to put in the middle? Divide. We're going to divide. So in other words, this equals -2 over +1, which is just -2, isn't it? So that's the answer to the last part, -2. So what did we do overall on this question? We just plugged in whatever they wanted us to plug into both functions, like the -2 in this case, plugged into both functions, and then added the answers. The -5 plugged into both functions, subtracted the answers. The 3 plugged into both functions, multiplied the answers. The -3 plugged into both functions, divided the answer, the two answers. There we go.